3 weeks ago, my girlfriend sent me a text that changed everything. I need space. Please don't contact me for a while. I didn't argue. I gave her what she asked for. Silence, distance, respect. Then I saw her on Instagram. Sun-kissed, cocktail in hand, glowing. On vacation with her ex. They say you see someone's true colors when you stop doing things for them. I saw hers crystal clear. What came next wasn't revenge. It was reality. And reality doesn't ask for permission. Let me backtrack a little. I'm Ryan, 30. Emily and I had been together for nearly 2 years, living together in my apartment for the last one. Things had been a little distant recently, but nothing serious, or so I thought. The text came out of nowhere, right as I was making dinner. It was brief, but brutal. Things feel complicated. I need space. Don't contact me. I'll reach out when I'm ready. It hit like a punch to the chest, but I tried to be understanding. I replied, "Okay, Emily. Take the time you need." And then, silence. I gave her exactly what she asked for. No calls, no texts. I kept to myself, hurting, confused, until Friday night when I saw the photos. A mutual friend tagged her in a post. Bright sunshine, tropical drinks, Emily glowing, and wrapped in the arms of her ex, Jordan. The same guy she swore was ancient history. The caption read something like, "Island getaway, living our best lives." And just like that, my sadness turned into clarity. She didn't want space. She wanted me out of the way while she played trial run with her ex. She kept me on standby, using my home and my resources, while testing the waters with someone else. That wasn't space. That was betrayal. So I acted. First thing Saturday morning, I called a locksmith. Changed the deadbolt and the door handle. It cost me $250, but I slept better that night than I had in weeks. Then there was the car. About 6 months back, Emily's car finally died. She needed something reliable for work, but her credit was shot. I offered to help. I bought a used Mazda CX-5 for around $18,000. Everything, title, loan, insurance, was in my name. The deal was that she'd pay me monthly and it'd be hers to use. But legally, it was mine. She decorated it like it was hers, of course. But I had always kept a spare key. So I drove it to a dealership I trusted, told them I needed to sell it, explained the situation. They did a quick look over and offered me around $16,500 pending inspection. I signed the preliminary paperwork and left the car there, took an Uber home. Her parking spot was now empty. Symbolic. Her belongings were still in the spare room closet. I didn't touch them. Not yet. That would have felt petty. But she wasn't getting back into the apartment. Not without a conversation. And that was something she explicitly told me not to initiate. Oddly, I felt calm. Like I was performing necessary surgery. Hurting, yes, but no longer confused. She had made her choice. And now I was protecting my home and my dignity. I waited. According to Instagram, her best life island vacation had a few days left. Then came Tuesday night. I was on the couch trying to relax when I heard keys outside. The familiar sound of her trying to unlock the door. Except this time, it didn't work. Then came frantic jiggling, then pounding. "Ryan, what's going on? Open the door." I opened it just a crack, chain still on. She stood there, tanned and fuming, suitcase by her side. "My key's not working. Did something happen to the lock?" I looked her in the eye. "Yeah, I changed them." "You what? Why would you do that? You asked for space and no contact, so I gave it to you. Permanently." She looked stunned. "I just needed some time. You can't just lock me out." "I saw the vacation photos, Emily. Looks like you figured things out." She froze, then sputtered. "That trip didn't mean anything, we're just friends." I raised an eyebrow. "Friends who go on romantic getaways while asking their boyfriend to disappear? Got it." "Ryan, don't be ridiculous. Let me in. Where's my car?" Her eyes darted to the parking lot. "It's gone," I said. "It was never your car. It's mine, legally. I'm selling it." "You're selling it? You can't do that. You made payments to use it. You didn't own it." The title and loan are in my name. The sale process has already started. This is insane. You're stealing from me. I'm calling the cops. She pulled out her phone. I didn't flinch. Go ahead. Tell them your ex-boyfriend changed the locks on his own apartment after you ghosted him for your ex. And that he's selling his own car, registered in his name. Let me know how that works out. She hesitated. Then her face twisted in rage. You planned this. I looked her in the eye. You planned a vacation with your ex and asked me for silence. I just respected your wishes. Suddenly, another voice. Her sister, Brooke, came up the stairs, apparently waiting in the car. What's going on, Emily? Ryan, why is she locked out? Emily burst into tears. He changed the locks. He's selling my car. He's throwing me out. Brooke turned to me, outraged. Are you serious? After everything she's done for you? My apartment. My car. She asked for no contact and then went on vacation with her ex. Check Instagram. She needed space. You're supposed to support her, not punish her. I'm not punishing her. She ended the relationship. I'm just closing the chapter. Emily demanded her stuff, right then and there. I told her no. She could text me with a date and time. I'd have everything boxed and ready at the door. She wasn't stepping foot inside. You can't dictate terms, she yelled. I can. My apartment, my rules. You wanted no contact. This is how it looks now. I closed the door, locked it. My hands were shaking. Adrenaline, anger, pain, but also relief. 2 hours later, I got a text, from Brooke's phone, of course. Emily needs her things tomorrow at 10 a.m. Be ready. No, please. Just a demand. I boxed everything that night. Clothes, toiletries, books. Set them by the door. It felt therapeutic. Later that week, the dealership called. Final offer, $16,350. I signed the title, took the check, and deposited it that afternoon. And just like that, a heavy chapter began to close. Pickup day came. On time. 10 a.m. But it wasn't Emily. It was Brooke and their mom, Karen. Apparently, Emily was too distraught to face me. Right, Karen wasted no time. How could you do this to her? After 2 years? She loves you. Not enough to stay loyal. She chose Jordan. I'm just tying up the loose ends. Karen sniffled. She was confused. Selling the car was cruel. She needs that car for work. It was never hers. It was mine. Actions have consequences. I opened the door wider. The boxes were stacked in the entryway. Here's everything. This is your one chance to take it all. We need to check the closet, the bathroom. What if something's missing? You're not stepping further inside. Take what's here. That's the deal. They looked like they might argue, but thought better of it. Took 3 trips to haul everything out, all while Karen muttered about how cold-hearted I was. Every time she brought up the car, I repeated the same line. It was my car. And she ended it like a broken record. Karen's parting words were thick with guilt-tripping, and Brooke looked at me like I had just kicked a puppy. But once the door closed, all that noise faded. For a minute. Then the texts started. At first, it was Emily cycling between tearful apologies and furious accusations like some emotional roulette. I miss you. I made a huge mistake. Please take me back. Followed an hour later by, you owe me for the car. That was my money too. I will take you to small claims. I ignored the emotional whiplash. But for the financial demands, I sent one reply. Emily, the car was legally mine. Title, loan insurance, all under my name. Your contributions were toward usage during the time you used it. Consider it rent. No further discussion. Then I blocked her number. Blocked Brooke. Blocked Karen. But like a horror movie villain that just would not stay down, it did not stop. Suddenly, I started getting hit up by mutuals people I barely knew. Friends of Emily, really. The tone was clear accusatory. Dude selling her car? That is cold. She said you kicked her out with no warning. Was it really that bad? She was spinning her sob story like a pro. painting herself as the abandoned angel who just asked for space and got tossed out like trash, conveniently skipping the part where she drank margaritas on a beach with her ex while I stayed silent in the apartment she did not pay rent for. I responded to a few people. Shared her "I need space" text. The vacation photos with Jordan. The legal status of the car. Some understood. Others ghosted or gave vague, non-committal replies. Fine. Let them pick their side. The trash took itself out. Then the dirty trick attempt. Yesterday, I got a call from my landlord's office. Apparently, an anonymous complaint had been submitted about my unit. Claimed there were loud arguments, confrontations, concerns about domestic disturbances. My stomach dropped for a second. That is the kind of thing that gets you evicted if management is jumpy. Luckily, I have always had a good rapport with the building manager, I explained calmly. My ex moved out recently. She was not on the lease. There was a brief loud conversation outside when she came back unexpectedly and found the locks changed. Her family came by once for a supervised pickup. Nothing happened inside. She is no longer living here. The manager seemed understanding. Said they would note it down. Unless there were future verified complaints, it would go nowhere. But the message was clear: this was not over for Emily. Or Brooke. They were taking swings in the dark, hoping one would land. Even Jordan tried to reach out. Sent me a message request on Instagram. Did not open it. Just deleted and blocked. I do not need a message from the ex she cheated on me with. Probably trying to gloat or stir the pot. Either way, irrelevant. Honestly, all of it. The smear campaign, the backdoor complaints, the sudden legal threats, it only solidified my decision. This was not a breakup with someone who made a mistake. This was a cleansing, a boundary enforcement. They were not making me feel guilty. They were making me feel justified. This is who Emily is, who her enablers Brooke and Karen are. They thought they could manipulate their way back into comfort, the life they took for granted. But the revenge was not fire and brimstone. It was a mirror, cold, clear, and undeniable. Apartment secure, car sold, money in my account, legal standing airtight, communication blocked on all channels. Any future contact, especially threats, would go straight to a lawyer. Already consulted one. They reviewed everything, confirmed I was solid, car mine, apartment mine, claims baseless. Then one last desperate swing. Emily tried to go legal, sort of. I got a letter from some budget strip mall lawyer demanding $10,000 for emotional distress and her financial contributions to the car. It read like it was written in a rush between subway rides. Typos. No real substance. Just a bluff. But I took it seriously anyway. My lawyer, an actual professional, sent a crisp response. Included car title loan and insurance documents in my name. Clarification that her payments constituted use, not ownership. Calculations showing, if anything, she underpaid for mileage purely to make a point. Her original "I need space" message. Public time-stamped Instagram photos of her and Jordan mid-vacation. And a final warning: any further unsubstantiated legal action or harassment would lead to me seeking fees and a restraining order. Silence. Nothing back. I am guessing her discount lawyer read the documents, told her she had no case, and dipped. Without my financial support, real legal battles were not in the budget. The fallout trickled in through the grapevine. A friend of a friend, someone still loosely tied to Emily's social circle, passed along the postscript. She crashed with Brooke. That lasted maybe 2 weeks before Brooke got fed up. Apparently, Emily expected to be housed, fed, and pampered without lifting a finger. Classic. Jordan gone. Predictably. Once the beach vacation glow wore off and the bills came in, he vanished. He wanted a fling, not a full-time drama subscription. She tried to guilt-trip Karen for more money. Probably got some, but the gravy train could not roll forever. Last I heard, she moved back to her hometown, living with her parents, complaining about how I ruined her life. No accountability, no introspection, just that same unshakable victim complex. Pure uncut entitlement. And me. My apartment feels like mine again. I repainted the living room last weekend, got rid of the throw pillows she insisted on, donated the weird vintage chair she loved. Every little change felt like an exorcism. This was not revenge by destruction. It was restoration. Quiet. Methodical. Clean. She asked for space. I gave her the infinite kind. She prioritized her ex over the relationship we built. Now she gets to live with that choice. She took the apartment, the car, the support me for granted. So she lost it all. That car she flaunted like a status symbol while sunning herself with Jordan. Gone. Sold. That empty parking spot when she came back. That was the moment reality hit. Not loud, not dramatic, just cold consequence. She did not just lose a boyfriend. She lost the safety net she thought would always be there. Thought I would play the fool. Be her backup plan. Her emotional ATM. She miscalculated. I am not her safety net. I am the one who let go. And now there is peace. No more messages. No more drama. Just the sweet, quiet sound of a life no longer shared with someone who did not deserve it. Goodbye, Emily. Time to really move on. Sometimes the most powerful response isn't rage or revenge. It's silence, boundaries, and letting consequences do the talking. When someone shows you they're willing to break trust for convenience, believe them. Respect isn't a reset button, and entitlement has a price. If you've ever been gaslit, guilt-tripped, or underestimated by someone who thought you'd never walk away, you're not alone. Let me know what you think in the comments. Drop a like if this story hit close to home. And if you want more stories like this, you know where the subscribe button is.